So my mod Suki recommended this lady's channel, and I looked at her channel. She's really fantastic content. She covers different people, but since she knows more of the law, I'm going to be interjecting. But she's introduced this new lady to me, and I actually went over to her channel to poke around and see if there's anything worthy there. I like her. I like this new lady. But anyways, let's explain this woman a little bit more.
I don't understand it. I am completely crashing out right now.
Sam, and I make weekly videos dissecting internet nonsense, so if you're into that type of thing or you like today's video, I hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out the channel and make sure you never miss another upload from me. Today, I want to talk with you all about a creator that we've never spoken about here on the channel before, and that's because I've only recently learned about her. And despite a brief introduction to her content, it appears to me that she is working double time to get herself onto that girl world podium. Don't believe me? Well, let me go ahead and show you a couple of clips I found that are giving girl world energy.
Let's just say you're right, even if you are right. Who cares? Like, do you really think I care about having a few photos on a dating app where I have less body fat than I have now?
Let's say I do gaslight my audience. Who freaking cares? Who cares? I'm not perfect.
Themselves as being a lot more near perfect, but I don't. I'm raw, I'm authentic, I'm vulnerable online, I have no intention of changing that. What about it?
This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Do you see what I mean? The creator in question is a woman named Molly Rutter, and in case you're a complete newbie to Molly the same way that I was, let me go ahead and give you a quick introduction to who she is. Molly is a TikTok creator who makes dating content that includes her filming herself during dates, sharing that she is frequently ghosted, discussing how she likes to date younger men, and often sharing the private messages she's been sending back and forth with these men that she is dating.
Oh my god, you guys, I love this Molly person. She does have a YouTube channel. She is trying to do more of a podcast, but it's about her. I'm a little bit confused. I didn't watch all of her videos, but she's more like a younger, skinnier version of Foodie Beauty, and a little bit more bubbly. But the delusions are still the same level of crazy. You know what I mean? I love her. So I'll be covering her a lot more. But anyways, let's let Sam continue.
She has nearly 200,000 followers on TikTok, as well as a podcast here on YouTube that has about 650 subscribers, and an Instagram account with about 2,500 followers. Molly is drawing a lot of attention to herself across various social media platforms, mostly due to her antics, but also the way she responds to being called out for her antics. So today I want to do something just a little bit different than I've seen done by other creators, and what I really want to focus on is the way that Molly has actually created and continues to feed this sort of hate following that she has, if you will. And
you guys, you know what, the insane thing is that she'll fit right in girl world, in my book anyways. A lot of people like try to give her good advice, and she does not like that at all. She always has to be right. It seems like people seem to really care and like her at first, but she explodes on her audience like Foodie, like Amberlynn, and these watchers who supported her ended up becoming hate watchers. It's a girl world playbook or local playbook. But yeah, I'm liking this chick.
As a newbie to Molly's content, I wanted to try to figure out where this started and how it has evolved so quickly. And to me, it appears that this race to the bottom really started as Molly continued to talk about her dates ghosting her or canceling on her. But the one that really set her content ablaze was her saying she had been ghosted by a man that she was hoping would do her taxes on their first date.
You guys, I completely died when I heard that. So she goes on a first date and brings along her taxes because she needs somebody to do her taxes. I'm sorry, but I am loving Molly. Molly is fantastic. Welcome, Molly. Welcome. I love her already.
I have a date tomorrow, my first date in Buffalo. Homeboy is gonna help me do my taxes. We're gonna get some beer. Okay, sounds fun. And he ghosted.
After this video, Molly started to receive criticism from fans and non-fans alike, and as per the usual with creators who cannot handle any sort of criticism, she went ahead and dirty deleted this video, therefore drawing even more attention to it and the topic at hand. And I just want to say thank you to the Sky Daddy above that there are so many of you out there who screen record and archive these videos, because that's the only way we were able to get this clip. But anyways, after she did this, she should have just wiped her hands of this. She should have just called it done and moved on with her content, right? What's done is done. You can't take it back now. But do you think that that's what happened in this story? Of course it isn't, because why would it be? This is the internet, where shenanigans reign supreme. Instead of just deleting it and walking away and continuing to do what makes her happy, Molly decided she should make a video talking about how she plans to address the backlash.
So I think it's about time I responded to all of the attention I've gotten from my recent tax date video. I have a lot I could say, I have a lot of thoughts, but no, I'm actually not going to respond to any of that. I'm just going to resume my regularly scheduled content, which is about my babies. Bye-bye.
But of course, as we know, she did not go ahead and stay on task with her regularly scheduled programming.
You're a lie. You're a lie.
But no, of course she didn't do that. That would have been way too easy. Instead, what she did was she went ahead and eased herself into having a combative and hateful audience, as she would say, by posting a video responding to a comment that said, "We're not even hating, girl." She then shared the various comments she had screenshotted that read things like, "Girl, get a diary. Babe, tell a therapist. Girl, are you okay? It's giving secondhand embarrassment." This is like...
Guys, doesn't this remind you what everybody tells Amberlynn, Fruity Beauty, other locals? They get told the exact same thing. She was meant to be in Girl World. I am welcoming her into Girl World. But I need her to start uploading more videos on YouTube, because mainly right now she's on TikTok. I guess I have to like snoop around on Reddit to get some clips from her. But yeah, I love her already. I already said that, but I'm just saying I love her.
Like a bad Office episode, and so on. She captioned it to say, "When thousands of people repeat the same harsh messages about my character and appearance based off a video that contains a sliver of my life, this is not constructive. This is hate." Is the hate in the room with us? Are the comments about your character and appearance in the room with us? Did anybody else see them? Did I miss them? The one that really got to her, of all of the things we've just read, was a comment comparing her to Martha from Baby Reindeer. And this set her so far off the edge that she made multiple videos responding to it.
You know what it is? I would say that for the most part, I'm doing okay with being able to handle the negativity, but it's kind of going in waves for me, because if it was just a few comments about being Baby Reindeer, I could ignore it. But in the one video that I've now taken down, there were thousands of comments saying it. Actually, I'm exaggerating. There probably weren't thousands, but there were enough for it to catch my attention. I don't want to take a break because I love the positive aspect of this platform, but it's like you can be so positive and then like one little thing just like, it's like a mosquito, just like, boop. And you're like, all right, one mosquito I can ignore. You're like, go away. But when a bunch of mosquitoes are on you and then they actually bite you and then they're itchy afterwards, it's like, you can't get it out of your head.
This was the first time Molly had really let people know what exactly was bothering her. A thing she could have avoided if she had indeed stuck to her word, ignored all of them, and just moved on with her content. It's my opinion that this response videos and the ones that will follow were Molly not only telling those mosquitoes how to get to her, but also where the juiciest veins were.
I know that I'm over here trying to get you guys convinced about Molly, but I am gonna follow up with another video, because honestly, she was born to be Girl World. Gosh darn it, she was meant for this, and she shall be in my videos because I love her. She's delicious already.
And she would continue to feed them by making more and more of this content months after she deleted that video.
A lot of people love to say that if you put yourself on a public platform, if you choose to be a public figure, that you have to expect to receive hate and negativity online. And while I agree with those people that that is something that happens online, what I will say is no human being alive, I don't care how famous or public they are, no human being is equipped to be able to handle massive amounts of hate, bullying, criticism, no matter how constructive you think it is. No one who is a human is able to handle that on a massive scale in a short period of time. It goes against human nature. People post online like myself for the positive reasons, for the ways that it builds community, for the ways that it brings people together, people who can relate to each other.
You guys, the insane thing is that these girls don't realize, like, stop putting your personal life on the internet. then people won't have anything to say. Stop putting your personal life on the internet. And they get upset when people don't give them ass pats. You know what I mean? Like, they get so upset when they don't get the ass pats. It's like, ma'am, if you stop telling everybody everything that's going on in your personal life, people will not have anything to say to you. Like, honestly, people will have absolutely nothing to say to you, but they can't help themselves at all. They cannot help themselves.
It was at this moment that I paused her video and just yelled in my living room, stop doing that then. Stop giving them your time. Wild is somewhere along the line in all of these responses. She does mention that her real life friends have given her some pretty solid advice to treat TikTok like a job, to clock in and clock out, to not share such personal information, and to not respond to the negativity. And despite these people who she claims to love and care about giving her this advice, she's going to go ahead and just continue on this same path for some unknown reason. And I think this is ultimately what led Molly into her most recent controversy, which is why more and more eyes are now on her and her content. It started when someone shared her profile for dating on her subreddit, and the caption reads, "Here's Molly's Hinge profile. I honestly think it's pretty normal and a good profile. The only thing is she is kind of catfishing with some of the older photos. She looks good now. She doesn't need younger/thinner photos." Now, once you see that post, it doesn't appear, at least to me, in my opinion, that this person posting was doing so in a way that was to get Molly hate. I mean, it was so nice just pointing out that maybe some of Molly's dating woes and the reason for being canceled on or ghosted is that people were finding out that her well-curated profile didn't necessarily match who she is today because the photos are out of date. They even go as far as to say she looks good now. She should feel good posting photos of herself as she looks.
Doesn't that remind you of somebody like this person right here on the screen? Remember when Skateboard was talking to Kaibala, he said the same thing about her. He said she made herself look thinner than she was. It was too late for him because she was already there, and that sweet, sweet money was already there, you know, delivered itself to his country. So, like, honestly, I do not think that Molly is a bad looking woman, but yeah, people do like to fat fish. Yeah, or catfish. Any kind of fish, people like doing that, and I don't understand it why. Because one way or the other, when you get there and the person sees you, that you don't look anything like your 40, like your previous photo, 99% of the time they're gonna bounce out on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna ghost you. Like, I don't understand it.
That doesn't seem like the kind of thing that should make someone spiral. It was this post that made Molly start to speed run her social media career straight into girl world. That post. Remember the things that she thought were hate? This post is what sent her over the edge. It's from this point forward that we're going to start to see who she actually is. And one of my YouTube colleagues explained it perfectly, and that is Mika at Mika's Rhetoric, saying that she's a blend of Amberlynn Reid and Marissa Matthews. Don't believe me? Let me go ahead and show you a few of her responses to this post. Spoiler alert, there are many of them, and they are all wild. The first was an 8-minute long TikTok where she let people know that she did not give her consent for her public dating profile to be viewed by thousands of people.
Can I be honest and vulnerable with you about something? Because that's what I like to do on here. I've been thinking about how much I would love to get on the dating apps and match with people and schedule dates, but I no longer feel safe doing so. And it's because of the faceless, nameless people on Reddit.
So at this part, honestly, you guys, I was like, wait, is she for real? Does she not understand what public means? Unfortunately, yes, she is for real. She feels like she was doxxed because people found her public available photos. Oh my God.
The people who screenshotted my dating profile and felt that it was a good use of their time to compare my appearance in photos to my appearance in TikTok videos and accused me of being a catfish. Because of you, I no longer feel safe on the dating apps. And I know what some of the haters are going to be thinking. They're going to be thinking, yeah, but technically a dating profile is public. And You have a public TikTok account where you talk about dating. Yeah, I do. But this is an issue of consent. Because me making this video and posting it on a public platform on TikTok, that's me giving consent to receiving comments, right?
Oh my God, is it me or does this sound familiar with the whole debacle of Chantal about her private pics, quotation marks, because she released that picture on a community tab, and anyways, about the situation with Chantal and local. Oh my God, there are so many parallels, you guys, with this chick. I am loving this chick, so many parallels.
That then opens up to commentary, right? But in no way, shape, or form did I ever consent to my dating profile to be viewed by thousands of people and picked apart and ridiculed. I didn't consent to that. And I would never consent to that. There's a reason why I've never shared my dating profile on my TikTok when people have asked me to. I don't want opinions about it. I don't want to hear commentary about my dating profile.
There is so much to unpack here, both in the longer TikTok, but also in just the short snippet that you've just seen. And the first issue that I have with it is her labeling this as a consent issue to try to solely pin the blame on her audience for how she's feeling. Doing anything as a public figure is difficult, and everyone knows this. People are watching you, you have eyes on you all the time. But dating as a public figure probably has to be amongst the hardest, right? You need to be really careful of who you're sharing your profile with, vetting who you're talking to, all of those things, right? You would weigh the pros and the cons of that, and also the risk. What happens if someone in my audience finds this profile? What does that mean to me? How does that affect me? These are things that anyone who is putting their face on the internet should think about. Molly chose to share one of the most vulnerable parts of her life with hundreds of thousands of internet strangers. She should have weighed those pros and cons. She should have weighed the risk and really thought about what happens if someone finds this profile that I don't want to find it. If she didn't weigh out those risks, if she didn't weigh out those pros and cons, that's a her problem. That is not her audience's problem. Also, I love that she went out of her way to say, well, the reason I didn't give consent is because I don't want people's feedback on that. And she shares that that's one of the reasons that she never actually showed her dating profile on her channel or in any of her content, because she didn't want people's feedback. Now, while that's a fair thing for her to say because she didn't share the profile herself, she's still the cause of her own problems here. Let me explain. She is the one who chose to make dating content, and she is the one who chose to do so publicly. She wanted the followers and the validation, okay? She is the one who did all of that using her legal first and last name on her profile. She is the one who has openly shared where she's living. She has openly shared what her past career was before TikTok. She has shared her pet names. She has shared so many details of her life and has put in zero effort to protect herself. She gave them everything they would need to search for her. And somehow, some way, it is someone else's fault that this has happened. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? She goes on to say that this entire thing has made her feel violated.
I can ignore the Reddit haters for a lot of things, but this one hit different. This one made me feel extremely violated, and I don't know if I will ever feel differently about it. Maybe I will over time, but as of right now, I don't. And it is very sad, and it makes me very angry. Violated
is a very strong word, and I know a lot of people have had very visceral reactions to that and think that it's silly that she feels this way. I have kind of mixed thoughts and emotions on this, okay, Stacey?
Good point, Sam. And you guys, there are so many parallels. And you guys remember, didn't recently my Canadian Bacon over here try to say that she felt violated when Teamster and the people on the panel, before they even looked at it, asked her if it was okay for them to look at her pictures, and she said yeah. But I guess Salaka went of that, and she had the balls to make that long ass live stream saying that she was violated. You guys see the parallels, right? But anyways, I really don't want to use Sam's full video, so I'll be linking her in the description below. Check out her channel. She has a lot of interesting different people that she covers, and this is how I found Molly, through my mod Suki. Thank you, Suki. So let me know what you think about Molly Rutter. I really like her. But anyways, you guys, that's all I got for this video. I'll catch you in the next one later.